the ability to change the way you communicate can change the trajectory of your entire life. Because if you hadn't changed that, you might not still be together. You know? So I think that for me is great. And I really love the energy in the room. So yeah, Tino, you can take it away, bro.
The motherland, the African man. Long as I'm alive, I'ma make a plan. Strongholds to break, got long walks to take, got no votes to make, we don't bet, we pray. Hey, African man, yeah. The African male iris, through the eye of an African male.
Yeah, so we had an episode with a lady named Portia. She's still dating. She's not married, and she reiterated that when a woman cheats on a man, it's a way out of the door. All right, and it's a two-part question to men. Would you forgive your wife or partner if she cheats on you? And for women, that man needs a mic.
Right.
And I think after we hear from the men, for women, right? I'm sorry.
All right, guys.
So, yeah, after we hear from the men, I think for women, does you cheating mean that you are done with the relationship?
So we're going to hear from the men, and then we're going to hear from the women.
Awesome. Well, not in any particular order.
Right.
You never know who might put their hands up first. So let's just quickly recap on that. So as a man, would you forgive your woman and work on the relationship, make it better, make things sustainable, and of course grow out of that? As a woman, if you stepped out or you cheated, does that mean that's a way for you to leave the relationship? All right, let's bring you into the conversation. Your name, sir, please, and also just stand for us so that we can get you on camera proper. Are you done? Are you done with the wine? Yeah. Okay. So, you must drink wine from a breathable bottle. All right. Cool. Awesome. Welcome to you, sir.
Got Stella here. I just want to conquer that. No.
Also, let us know why you say that.
Non-negotiable. So the reason why any woman who is in a relationship is in the relationship with her heart, her mind. So once you start sleeping with anybody else, or cheating with anybody, communicating with anybody else, is out.
Yeah, you've signed out.
So, yeah, they have already given you a full letter that I'm done. Maybe because of reasons she's gonna say, reasons beyond her, or things which you have done, or the communication she have given you, but you never listened. So I am of just to go back, I am of create, if you want to stay with an angel, create the heaven at home. So you cannot expect to be submitted to if you cannot create that submission space. So it must be coming vice versa, but alignment, it's important. I cannot be running this direction and somebody running that direction. At the end of this, compromise, but the alignment where we are going. So when we are, baby, let's go for drinks tonight, you mustn't be saying, I'm going for a prayer meeting. So both of you must be going to prayer meeting. Yes, or prayer meeting. So that's the alignment. If I am going to, I love my soccer. When we're going to FNP Stadium, we're all going there. Yeah. They hate it, but everybody must be in the car going there.
Nice.
Thank you. I like that. I think the biggest point to take away there is we must be in alignment. If I'm going south and you are going north, it's a no from him. Then that means, so basically your answer to answer Prayer Soul on that first part as a man is that if your woman cheated on you, it's done. There's no going back there. You are going south and she's going north, and thank you very much for looking south. Once upon a
I think
time.
Oscar had his hand up to that question.
Ooh, are we coming to you, Oscar?
Yeah.
Did you have your hand up, Oscar? Oh. Oscar at the back there, I'm like, this is why I got divorced. No, I'm kidding.
All I have to say is, honorable member, don't do that.
I know you can take it. You know, Oscar's mature.
Okay, my comment is very my comment is very short.
Yes, we don't believe.
Is
Yep.
okay, why is this feeling like parliament at the moment? Okay, all right. It is short. Women are very intentional about what they do. If she's going to lay down with another man, she's thought about it, she has weighed the options, and she has resolved herself to doing that. There is no woman in the world that would just lay down and say, oops, it was a mistake. Men are more visual and they are more susceptible to saying, okay, oops, it was a mistake. But for us women, we make it a choice. It's more difficult for men to find people to sleep with than it is women. And I can challenge any women in this room right now to say, if you were to walk out here without your ring, how many proposals would you get between here and the car park? Even with the ring, yes.
Even with the ring.
I say this.
That's the first thing Rex says.
It's
I
like
will say
with
this
the
right
ring.
now. When I got here for this recording, I sat at the bar, minding my business, and somebody bought me a whole bottle of wine without asking. So for a woman, it's way easier for a woman to get anyone who to sleep with without any effort than it is a man. Men have to work hard because us women, we will look at your car, we'll look at your watch, we'll look at your clothes, and I'm not about to do that to myself. But if I see you're coming out of a Lamborghini or a Land Cruiser or a Mercedes, I will consider. So when a woman cheats, she is on her way out.
That's a very high bar.
You know, and okay. I think we need a new host.
Thank you. She didn't say she wanted to. Am I correct?
Yeah. She was lying.
She was lying. Yeah. Anyway, just a point of correction. You are wrong on where you think that a guy must be coming out of a certain look for women to. I personally look at myself as men actually and say we are actually the endangered species. As much as you may think to yourself, for a woman to approach a man, he must be coming out of a fancy car or he must be looking a certain way. No.
Okay. A man will talk. When you're not walking out of the car park and you're going into a Mazda. Now I'll call my Uber blank.
My sister, you don't know your other sisters. Eh? You don't know your other sisters. Like. Thank you. That is true. Yeah.
So it's not about women sometimes don't even look at
Wait,
what
can
you
we,
have.
can we
but
talk to women
what
who have their men here? I think
Yes.
it's better, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk to women who actually have their men?
So,
No.
so the reason why we've broadened it like that as well is I hear what you're saying also, and I hear what you're saying, Natasha, and just to bring it back into the room, all right? Because we went out the room there for a second. Just to bring it back into the room is, there isn't a set or precedent thing to say like because only a guy who's driving like this will get a woman like this, or only because a woman like this will get a guy like this. We'll be very surprised. It's like seeing all of us, especially, in fact, I'm going to talk to the couples now. Everybody who's here with your woman or your man, you've gone through this where you've seen a couple, you're going, how did these two end up together? Right? You know what I'm talking about. As a couple, you're walking with your bae, you're walking with your woman, and you're like, baby,
Can we ask your wife?
how did this? Yeah, no, she can testify. We've got like some really great ass moments. You know, you've got your ass moments where even if you try and explain to other people, it's going to be like, it's not that funny. Yeah. But between the two of you, it's like, oh my gosh. So that's why I'm saying to bring it back into the room, and I like what you're saying, to bring it back into the room. You know, not everything that we expect, that we think maybe outside, like we were saying, like you think a guy with a Lamborghini or a girl will think a guy who's like this or a man who thinks a woman. It's not always as it seems and as it is, right? But we want to bring it back into the room because we want to deal with some issues. So we did get an answer from a man who said no. If you cheat, it means you're on your way out, right? And we get it. She's made her mind up. You said that if this happens, it's a preconceived idea from a woman, which also I think even supports what he's saying. Is that it's a woman's going, well, look, I'm gonna do this. I'm out. I'm done. Okay, so that's the first 2 points that we have. Bringing it back to the room. Who's next? Yes, ma'am. Oh, we'll okay.
Some new voices.
Let's go to you, the new voice, because you know he's sort of like half spoken on your behalf. I'm assuming that's your person. Are you guys together, right? Okay, cool. Let's come to you. Hi, how are you? Your name, please, and please stand so that we catch you nicely on camera.
Hi, I'm Musa. So yeah, I think on the topic of women cheating, I do agree that when they do it, it's something they've thought about and it's a decision they've made.
So it means they're out.
No, but I don't agree with the fact that all of them are out. Some women are doing it for revenge. So let's say the guy has cheated and then the woman cheats in response to what you've done. Are you still going to leave her in that instance? When she's doing it, like she didn't have any intention of cheating, but because you've done it, she now does it.
Musa, thank you so much. Thanks. We are here, eh? The ladies are like, yeah. Since you brought this up, Soma baby, like, yeah. So I think, and it's revenge. Can I answer in retrospect to what you're saying? And I'm going to answer from this point. I honestly believe that the way we are looking at this in some way is we're looking at it as though only men cheat. We mustn't look at it like that. Everyone cheats. That's how we must accept it and say everybody cheats. What is the value for you personally as a person, whether you're a woman or a man? What is the value for your relationship? If somebody cheats and you look at the reasons why they've cheated, or even if you ask them in their face and say, why did you do this? And they tell you, well, I did this because maybe you were not. Whatever the reasons they give you, right? For you as an individual, and you reflect on it and you go, okay, cool. This is a forgivable thing for me as an individual, or this means that I can never trust you again, or I'm going to have trust issues. Or it's something that you're going to table and say, I will have trust issues. I can forgive you, but we're going to have to work through this. Or are you walking away? We must be honest with those points as well. Because at the end of the day, when we are all gone from here, this is going to even provoke other relations when we leave here. Someone's going to be driving on me, yeah, so baby. You know what I'm saying? Right? It is going to do that. So that's why I say that too, because I think at the end of the day, how important is your marriage to you? Is it only as deep as you've cheated and now my whole marriage is over? Or is it as deep as going, I'll forgive you. It's something we can work through because I believe in where we are going is further than you just messing up at this present moment. And them realizing what their mistake is or what their cheating has done. And correcting that. I think that's the real weight for men when we ask what we're asking to say. Would a man forgive their woman after they've cheated? What is the value for you, your relationship that you're in now as a man? To either forgive your woman and to go, well, you've cheated, I can't do this anymore. What is that value they hold? We can think about that, but we can take another hand.
Yes, please, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, my bad. Yes. Hold on. Wait. Please help me sing this song, everybody, before we go to her. Lady in Red.
Do I have to stand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, these are very important conversation. My name is Lucy Pearl. We have different principles, right? Like there are principles in your life. There are things you do. There are things you just cannot do. Okay, so we are here. You are saying if my partner cheats, I'm out. That's you. There's no manual to this thing. There's a relationship there. They are watching and it's breaking down. And the husband is like, this guy said, I can just leave. And that relationship is everything to him. So what you're saying is very important. What does your relationship, what's the value of that relationship? And what are the reasons? Can we be real, guys? Cheating is nasty. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't cheat. But if you find yourself cheating, what were the reason and what did you learn? Let's be real. Some of you here are cheating or you've cheated or all of that, right? You're not angels. Yeah, you're not angels. You're not saints in here. And saying, if I happen to cheat or you cheat on me, you are out and all of that. That's not the real experience on the ground. And some people, they want to save their marriage. So if you can forgive your partner, do so. Go to therapy. There are so many structures out there to support your marriage and to support you as an individual. Remember, this conversation, we want to build families, not to destroy families. So go out here with a changed perspective. Get into details. Go deeper into things. And if you are cheating, repent. Yeah, repent and be honest to your partner. Confession, confess that you've done this and this and this. How can your partner help you to stop? So don't hide things because eventually, whatever you're hiding, they'll come out and then, yeah. And what they will do, they will revenge and cheat back. And that's nasty. We don't need that society. We need true partners who commit and love. Just like that. Okay.
Thank you. I concur. I concur on that. Can we let's go to the front there to the gentleman who is not sitting next to his wife.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. Don't take it personally. It's part of the show. Don't take it personally. All right, I think that's a really awesome point. Thank you very much for that. At the end of the day, to back up what you're saying, at the end of the day, guys, love is a choice. We either choose to love and choose to stay and choose to forgive and choose to build and make better what you have, or either you're going to go, listen, I can't handle this. Right? And you bounce. And you've killed my heart, for those of you that don't understand. I don't even know if I spoke Zulu or Xhosa. But anyway. None of the above. All right, I'll just stick to English. You killed my heart, baby. I can't do this love anymore. But at the end of the day, I think it boils down to love is a choice. It's not a feeling. If today you're here and you think love is a feeling, I'd suggest you come sit down with me. I'll teach you some things. Anyway. Sorry, brother. Over here.
Just to piggyback off what Leroy was saying, okay. I need to just gather my thoughts. A lot has been said. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to vehemently disagree with Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Lucy Pearl, I think she said, yeah. Look, there's no going back. Once you cross the threshold, I think the men in this room will agree that if your wife or your spouse cheats on you, that's it. Whether you're at the girlfriend level, it doesn't matter. Once that happens, it changes in your mind, right? So think of it like, I was telling my wife this the other day, it's like eating a banana, right? Like if you have a banana, it's valuable. Like you pack it in the morning with your lunch and everything. You go, it's valuable, it has value. You put it in the fridge, you take care of it. But once the fruit, the inside of that banana is gone, that skin is useless, So, no, for real. Like so That's how we see it. Like once someone else, like if someone at work, you put your banana in the fridge, someone at work chows your banana, and they just put the skin back in the fridge.
I guess man, you give me the mic. Finish your point. Finish your point.
All I'm saying is, in the mind of any man that I've ever met, right? Like that's how you see it. Like that value, that precious thing is gone. And like what the ladies are saying is that when women cheat, it's very intentional and deliberate, right? So that's why I'm saying you can't go back, because it was all calculated. It was very methodical. Like you could slip up as a man. You could slip up and hard at you, you know? And I think women have the emotional integrity to forgive. I don't think men do. Like we just like.
I disagree on something there, guys. Guys, as men, please, let's not underestimate women, guys, on that whole, like, no, women won't be like this, or they won't, guys slip up, women won't. You're fooling yourself as a man.
I'm not saying
personally, this is, I think from me, from life experience, we mustn't fool ourselves as men and going, no, but women, because now we even putting the woman under pressure also, to make it seem as though like a woman. It's like what Olivia was saying today. If Olivia's got a boyfriend and she's sitting there at the bar and a guy rocks up like, yo, girl, let me buy you a bottle. Do you think Olivia's gonna be like, no, I got a boyfriend? Olivia's gonna be like, yeah, nigga, I'll take the bottle. She's gonna drink the bottles like, cheers, I'm waiting my man. Right? But let's also not forget there is a woman who's gonna be like, yeah, nigga, I like the fact that you bought me a bottle. And he's gonna be like, yeah, I stay up the road actually. Come back to my spot. She's gonna be like, yeah, sure, let's. And she's gonna have the time of her life. They're gonna drink. They might do whatever, unimaginable things for you. And she'll come home to you and go, hey, I missed you so much.
She shouldn't have got married.
Right? I hear you. I hear you. I hear you guys. Guys, I know what I'm saying might be even so difficult for men to digest right now. But listen. But the reason I say what I'm saying is that we must also understand that we do live in a world where, yes, there are women who do think like that. There are women who actually don't have like that bone that you're speaking of going, no, a woman wouldn't do that. There are those that have that bone that think like you, the way you think as a guy, as in slipping up. There's a lady who's left home and going, tonight I want to go to a bar and just see who's drinking here and see who I can get with tonight. And there's nothing. That's even for you as a man, it's intentional, right?
Yeah, you don't just slip and fall
Okay. I just want to say that you must know, guys, we mustn't put women in a bubble of going that women should not be capable of this, or aren't, or maybe not. Yeah. That is highly possible. And it's something that you mustn't negate. The question is, if it does happen to you, will you, as a man who loves this woman, as your duty to love her, like Mfundisi said, will you forgive her in that moment? Go figure. Anyway, let's finish last there at the back. It's provocative tonight, but that's exactly why we came together live. By the way, guys, if you still haven't filled in one of these, please do so. We're going to collect them tonight just so to help us with future shows. Right, final question for tonight. Comment, rather.
Thanks, Leroy.
How's it, brother?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about three things. The first thing, because it's what we're talking about now, is... I've cheated before, right?
Are you serious?
A number of times.
Wow!
Right? But every single... So the first thing I want to say about that is every single time it was calculated, it was intentional, you know, because, I mean, you can't just walk out there and sleep with a person
Something
out of
happened.
the blue. You got to work them, you've got to, you know... Yeah, sometimes it takes a few hours, sometimes it takes a few weeks. But it's always work, right? So it's intentional and it's calculated. I've cheated differently, right?
Damn.
So,
Damn.
yeah, so sometimes I've cheated simply for release. You get it? Like,
Right.
I just needed to let off some steam.
Right.
And there was an easy target or whatever. At other times, I've cheated because I was very frustrated. I was in a difficult space and I couldn't communicate those things or get the support I needed from my partner. And what I was looking for in some instances was not sex per se, but maybe emotional support or to be heard and that kind of thing. And then it naturally graduates to sex. I have also been cheated on, right? I have been cheated on differently as well. So I've been cheated on by someone who was just a chronic cheater. You know, like that girl.
That's just how they are.
Yeah. You know, the strange thing is, this is the only girl I've ever proposed to, right? So prayer actually said to me, do not propose to this girl. No, but the thing, you know what? Like, the thing with that particular kind of woman is they know their way around a man. You get it? So, and that's why it's easy for them to navigate and maneuver and not get caught and that kind of thing. And that's why I was so caught up with her. Like, I could see the things that you were telling me about, but it didn't really matter. You know? Because she had me around her finger. She was hot and she was smooth with it and that kind of thing. I've also been cheated on by someone who cheated on me because I hurt them. And they were looking for comfort, right? And I was able to forgive that one because I could see how I was the cause of her breakdown, you see. And it wasn't difficult for me to sort of trace back and say, okay, look, I know this person. This is not how they move, right? And even the way that she was after that whole experience and that kind of thing. And we were able to find our way back to some kind of healthy coexistence. But with the serial cheater, like, I mean, I just needed proof, I think. And I couldn't forgive her. And also, I couldn't believe just how many of us there were. You know, like...
She was a professional.
Yeah, she was a professional. So it's never linear. It's not clear-cut, right? And I think a lot of men say they will leave, not because they actually want to leave, but abantu bazothini, yes?
Yeah.
Like it's an ego thing, it's a self-preservation thing, more than I don't have the bandwidth to rebuild our connection. If more men actually took the time to investigate what brought them to that point, what brought their partner to that point, we might have more opportunities for reconciliation. That's number one. The second issue is something that she talked about, and I think Lucy Pearl as well. She talked about schooling, how she has been trained to operate in a masculine way. She is the head of her own life. She is trained to be a go-getter, you know, provide for herself and also for her family. A lot of women have to provide in a lot of ways outside the marital structure. So by the time they come into marriage, they've been a provider. They've been an alpha, you know. They've been the primary decision maker in their family and that kind of thing. So there's a relearning that then needs to happen. And I think what's missing particularly, and I talked about this in our episode, was the schooling is not happening. There's other cultures that prepare children from age 13 for marriage. Because marriage is the most important contract anyone is ever going to sign. You know, nobody becomes an engineer at a mine without an engineering qualification. You have to be trained for the role. And there's a certain number of years. There's boards that you have to, you have to write professional exams after you get your degree and that kind of thing. So I feel like we are sort of catching the issue at the secondary level. we are butting heads because we don't know what we're doing. We're throwing 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds into an institution that they've had no training for. And we're expecting them to rock at it. You know, it's not going to work. So we have a responsibility in this room to say, and I was telling her just now, I have a son and a daughter. I've already started sort of preparing them for how to manage relationships, conflict resolution, that kind of thing, so that when they get into marriage, they're not resolving conflict for the first time, you know? They're not dealing with the opposite sex for the first time. They're not, and that kind of thing. The thing with marriage is such a high stakes relationship. So your nonsense affects me, and my nonsense affects you, and that's why it's so heated. And that's why a lot of people become better partners and better at marriage in their second marriage. You know, because now they have those lessons. And she was saying, you know, only after divorce did I realize, oh, my husband was a good communicator. He was a good man, and that kind of thing. I asked her, why didn't you go back? And she says, I realized we weren't compatible, but if it were not for that, I would have made an effort to go back. Right? Okay, thank you. The third thing is, from childhood, all that humans want is connection. You know, a baby cries and you hold them and they keep quiet. We need connection. That's all that people are looking for. Your partner isn't trying to hurt you. They're not trying to just make your life difficult. They are crying out for connection. They're saying, hey, listen, you're not hearing me, you're not seeing me. Can you pay attention to my needs? And that's all there is to it.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing stuff. Unfortunately, guys, we're out of time for the floor, sadly.
Sorry, Olivia,
Sorry,
sorry.
Olivia. And I mean, like, honestly, Olivia, I mean, you've had the longest... No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. We appreciate you actually on the mic and just your confidence for it. But unfortunately, we have to wrap it up on the floor now. We quickly just want to take it back to the table before I just give our thanks and stuff. So back to you guys just to wrap it up there at the front.
Awesome. Wow. I think this was beyond our expectations.
Yeah.
We're listening, eh? We're listening. The next one is going to be bigger and better. I'm going to find a wider space. Please bring a +1 and spread the word. We're going to also try and bring 1 or 2 professionals, maybe in the medical field or counselors, etc., just to address certain topics maybe from that perspective. But we just want to thank everybody for coming out today. And we are also learning. As you are talking, we are learning. I think we always talk to each other, but this perspective means a lot. And we hope to see most of you on our show at some point. Our door is always open. And we want to have conversations with different people in different walks of life. So thank you very much from me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can go pray.
Okay. I really just want to say thank you guys for coming out. I think this has been a brilliant evening. I think, you know, it's just beautiful to see everybody say and share and express what they think and be vulnerable, even with complete strangers. So this is brilliant for us. So we'd like to thank you guys for coming out. So before you leave, please, we have a section outside where we've got our banners. Would love to just have a picture with you, a quick chat, and then if you need to go, you can go. We've got some T-shirts that we're also going to give away. So Tino knows how to do that. Yeah. And then there was something else I needed to say. Shucks, I don't remember.
You forgot.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I guess for me, it's just many thanks for the support. We hope that you guys will be there at our next live event. And I think the biggest takeaways that I got from this conversation is that before getting into something serious, you just need to make the right choice about the partner that you're choosing.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're compatible. And then obviously once you tie the knot or you start having something serious, you also need to put in a lot of work and water the garden to make sure that the relationship blossoms, as it were. So I think it spoke the most to me because I'm not married, neither am I in what I would call a serious relationship. No, reason being, like I said, I just had a bit of a complication, but then this, yes, this conversation was very helpful for me, and I'm sure a lot of men who are in my position will really appreciate all the points that were shared tonight.
Yeah, and
So,
if,
thank you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
If you also have some suggestions, that's why I would like to just get a picture with you and have a quick chat about what you think about the show, so we just get some real feedback. Because I think, like what Tino was saying, we're listening, so we're hearing what everybody's saying, because that's exactly what we want to do to make sure we add value, and make sure that this show is always like a great experience.
All right. So for the first T-shirt, we're gonna give to someone. But the second T-shirt, you guys are going to suggest who contributed the most.
That's obvious, bro.
Yeah. So basically, the first T-shirt goes to the person that registered for this event first. And that was
Olivier.
That was Sipo Tingani.
Sipo.
I hope he can fit.
You can give it away.
Cheers, man. And I think
we actually have
there are actually two T-shirts. So that means there are two contributors. The two.
Yeah, one male and one female.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah.
One male, one female.
Now we need you guys to vote. Now we agree. Everyone agrees. Everyone agrees.
Is everyone in favor of that?
Yeah, no, we are. Okay, let's give it up. Let's give it up. Thank you.
I hope I can fit.
Yeah,
And
we
I
hope
think-
so.
I think we have one more question, though. I think we have one more question for the crowd, though. Would you purchase merchandise if we were to produce, say, sweaters and t-shirts? You definitely would.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's great feedback.
I'd say put it on your next event.
Okay.
All right.
That's a great idea.
Cool. Cool.
That's good to hear.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for the live podcast that is for the African Male Iris. This is a platform that is designed to build, grow, and assist every man out there. And of course, today we've learned definitely every woman out there too. So be sure to check out our podcast live. Log on to our YouTube channel, subscribe, like it, as well. Follow us on social media. That is at the African Male Iris, so that you too can be part of the movement. To all our guests this evening, thank you so much for joining us. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Absolutely.
And
Amazing.
one more
to
round of
Prayer
applause.
Soul, to Tino, as well as Slim. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys for starting this movement. You've changed people's lives. There's people's lives that you've touched that you don't even know about. You've changed relationships. You've improved relationships. There's people out there that are wanting to be like you guys. And I think that's what the future is about. Creating a platform that really builds a good future for good young men as well. And I think it's so awesome to have a platform where men can be appreciated, can speak, communicate, and grow one another. Till the next one, be sure to join us for the African Male Iris live podcast.
Right.
Peace. Thank you.
The motherland, the African man. Long as I'm alive, I'ma make a plan. Strongholds to break, got long walks to take, got no votes to make. We don't bet, we pray. Hey, African man, yeah.